You've booked your vendors. Everything is set. Your timeline is perfect. Now what? I've sat down with some of the best wedding industry professionals to give you the ins and outs on how to make your day the best day ever.
Best day ever. Hire great vendors, people that you're comfortable with and know that you can trust the day of. Trust yourself that you've done the best that you can and that you've got all your ducks in a row and that it's going to be just fine. Remember not to sweat the small stuff, and remember that it's about you. And
time is really, really important. Everybody wants the amazing, relaxed, beautiful portraits that they see on my website. You cannot give me 10 minutes to say, I want those amazing, relaxed portraits. I can't be screaming at you at the church to hurry up because the church lady is sending in another wedding. You cannot have relaxed, beautiful portraits without giving your photographer enough time to do it. It's just not possible. But if you want the beautiful, relaxed moments where you're walking along and you're having a good time and you're laughing and you're like, oh my God, these are like the best wedding photos ever, you can't do it in 10 minutes. It's never gonna happen. You need time. Good photos and good video take time. And I will not lie to you about it. I will tell you that you need to give me time to make that happen. The most time I would probably need is 3 hours if you have a large family. The least amount of time I probably would need is 1 hour if you have a smaller family. Yeah, I can make like 20 minutes for bride and groom, 20 minutes for bridal party, 20 minutes for family. We're talking less than 100 people though.
Okay.
Of course, the number of locations. Are we getting in the car going anywhere? Are we getting in the bus driving downtown? Some of these photo sessions take 3 or 4 hours because we got on the bus, drove 30 miles, then had to head back to the suburbs, okay? So it really depends. If it's the same location and all we're doing is just walking around trying to find good light, it's gonna take a lot less. So number of locations and number of people matters a lot. And I always tell my couples, if their ceremony's at 6, we have to be done with photos at 5:30. Because you need water, you need to fix your lipstick, you need to change shoes, you need to get whatever. It's like, brides and grooms have all these needs that need to be fixed right before they walk down the aisle. It's like you cannot end photos at 5 and start your ceremony at 5. Your officiant needs to talk to you. She needs to make sure you're lined up in the right way. The DJ wants to make sure that the music is cute and all that. You can't just go back to back to back. There always needs to be a cushion for every activity between any sort of events that are going on during the day.
Always have a plan B. Make sure that you know what your plan B is. If there's a tent, if you have to rent a tent ahead of time, make sure you have umbrellas that are white because photographers like that. Make sure you have jackets nearby or something to wrap yourselves around like a pashmina. Make sure you look at the weather app. Make sure you're looking at weather.com or on your iPhone or Samsung. Make sure you know where the weather's heading so that you can plan accordingly.
I know it's easy to say, but really try to enjoy not only your wedding day, but the entire process. If you're stressing about something, then maybe it's something you shouldn't be doing or shouldn't worry about. If you're not enjoying it, don't do it. And just rely on your venue coordinator. Make sure you communicate with them what you're feeling, but just trust in them that they will take care of things for you so you don't have to worry about it.
The most important thing on your wedding day is just to relax and breathe.
Number one, pick the best vendors that you can afford. Invest in the things that are important to you. Do your homework. Make sure you're getting the vendors that fit who you are. I think, laughing a lot helps a lot too. Gets you through stuff. And relying on your vendors, asking them questions to make sure they can walk you through what you need to know, when you need to have things done by. And relying on those vendors throughout the whole process. And then when you get to the wedding and you've done all the planning, it's important for you to be in the moment. Rely on these people. Don't question, it's 7 o'clock, we've got to find them. Where's the photographer? What's coming? Be the bride and groom. Trust your vendors, trust the planner, trust the venue, and enjoy that moment because it goes by quickly. And it's important that you've done a great job of the homework, but be in the moment and love each other, love everybody who's there.
The biggest tip is to harness your inner Bruce Lee, right? So everybody's seen the meme or the actual video recording. Be like water, right? Water, you put water into a teacup, it becomes the teacup. Water can be fluid and go around a rock. It can crash into a rock and destroy the rock over time. So your wedding day, you have to be like water. Something goes wrong, you take the path of least resistance, you go right around it, right? You try to make it as enjoyable as possible. Sometimes maybe you're gonna, limo driver's an hour and a half late. Sometimes you gotta crash into that rock. But yeah, I would say just be like Bruce, take everything, be reactionary, and go with the flow. There's things that are gonna go wrong, and more than likely you will be the only one who notices that they went wrong. I don't think I've ever gotten a better piece of advice for a wedding.
Let it go. Honestly, go into the day and just be excited to live it. Don't worry about micromanaging. Don't worry about what's happening. Know that you've hired professionals, that you're in good hands, and that the day is going to be fantastic. If something tiny goes wrong, don't stress over it. Just keep rolling. Enjoy your day. Let it go.
Stay focused on each other. Hire a great wedding team so that you don't have to think about anything. And relax. Know that you hired the best people that connected with you. They understand your vision, what you want to experience that day, the feeling that you want to evoke in yourselves and in your guests. And stay focused on each other. Stay focused on what it's really about. Why you're really standing up there, exchanging those vows, and then dancing the night away. Even if your budget only allows for a day of coordinator, hire someone to take care of those details.
The more you plan ahead, the better it is.
Make the day your own. Whether it's putting some silly tradition that you love in your ceremony, to having your wedding in a museum because you love museums, to whatever makes you happy and brings you together as a couple, bring that into your wedding day.
You don't have to have every single person that you've ever been friends with in your wedding party, unless they are people who will support you not only up to your wedding day, but also throughout your marriage. Those are the people who matter. So keep those people close.
Just because you're in their wedding
doesn't mean they have to be in yours. Rely on your vendors. Ask your vendors more questions than you ask your friends who've been married. Your friends who've been married had one experience. Your vendors have seen a whole lot, so rely on their expertise. Don't be afraid to ask stupid questions. There aren't any stupid questions for us. Any decent wedding vendor is not above answering a question related to any part of the wedding. Doesn't matter. I don't care if it has nothing to do with photography. Making sure you're hydrated, making sure you're eating, no fainting.
Don't be afraid to write your own vows.
Yeah.
So many couples are like, I just can't do that. It's you know what? Don't write them 6 months before, but sometime the week before the wedding, just take a moment, sit and write what you like about that person, because all of our favorite vows
have been written on.
Whether it's I will not eat the last chocolate.
Yep. I will never forget that one.
To the sweetest, most emotional things are always in those vows that were written right before the wedding.
Yeah.
And that come from the heart and weren't just this pre-planned thing.
The day of, what's going to happen is going to happen. Appoint other people to worry about that stuff. If you don't have a wedding planner, if you've got one, that's fabulous. But if you don't, get a cousin, get a friend to worry about details, get people involved, and don't sweat the small stuff, so to speak. It's really not that important. And have fun. It's your day, it's your party. Have fun and remember why you're there in the first place.
Well, I think the couples that I've seen who really kind of enjoy the day probably the most, think they've hired probably a pretty good planner, a very reliable planner who kind of is just going to orchestrate everything, because it really is so many pieces coming together. And I understand not everyone has a budget for it. But if you do, that really takes off a lot of pressure on you. So I think having a trustworthy planner, credible planner, I think and that does not mean your sister or like your best friend. I mean, really somebody who's there who has no ties to you other than that they're your planner, to do that. So I think that kind of helps a lot. At the end of the day, what makes the wedding, I feel like, the best is people who really are just so thrilled to be with the person that they're marrying, and just like it's all about that, and everything else, sure, it's wonderful, but if you go into it just saying, yeah, like you said, at the end of the day, at the worst, I'm still marrying this amazing person, this person that I love, everything is going to feel just like a dream.
Yeah, so you have to have fun, but if you also want to make sure your guests have fun, and there's certain things that you really should indulge in when you're throwing a wedding: food, alcohol, and entertainment. Got to have good entertainment, and doing all those things, then it's guaranteed that you're going to have a good time too.
What I would recommend doing is making sure that we're playing music for all genres. Later on in the evening, we can gear more toward more dancing music, a little bit more hip hop, a little bit more risque music. The lighting will be more intensified. The bass will be a little bit deeper. It'll be heavier bass. I think that would bring out the wedding party at the end. Before that, think about different genres such as 50s, 60s, 70s, Motown, ballads. A lot of the older folks will leave early on, usually like right after dinner, and the younger folks will stay because it's an open bar. So usually at the end of the night, about an hour and a half into before the wedding ends, the lights have already dimmed. Our lighting has gone up, it's intensified, the bass has gone up, it's louder, it's more of a club feeling effect in there. So that's what I would recommend.
This is for the bride. Find a dress that you're comfortable in. I've seen so many brides that are like either pulling up or pulling down. It's like, find a dress that you just are like flowing and you just feel beautiful in, and you want to just, because this is your day, and you can find something that you can feel comfortable in and look great in. And another one is don't stress out, like enjoy it. They get sometimes so stressed out about, we have to get so many pictures, and we have to get pictures with this and this and this and this. And I had one bride in particular that she just insisted on going from table to table, which a lot of them do during dinner, right? And so one of my big things is my brides and grooms always eat. Okay, I insist on it, okay? And this bride insisted she would not come and sit down. And she just kept going and going, and she just seemed so stressed about the whole thing. And then she later on complained that she didn't get to eat. And I had to tell her, I'm like, I tried to get you to come and eat. It's your wedding night, like go eat your food. And she wouldn't. And and I think, that's the thing, just don't get so stressed. And that's what I see a lot of times, is way too much stress.
Yeah.
Some tips to make the wedding day better would be to pad the schedule a little bit. Weddings oftentimes run over, and so I feel it's good to have a little extra time, buffer zone time. You'll thank yourself. Another tip is to have a plan laid out in advance, but then that morning to have a go with the flow attitude. I feel like those are my favorite clients. That's how I aimed to be as a bride. Myself, I felt like we were very organized leading up to it, had a really strict-ish plan in place. Like we had it planned, we had what we wanted kind of laid out, but then I woke up that morning and I felt like everything is in motion for this day already. The planning process is behind me. Today is not the day to plan my wedding. The wedding is planned. Today's the day to enjoy my wedding, no matter what happens. This is my day. This is my husband's day. This is our day together. And we just enjoyed it, whatever came.
So if you want to make your wedding day the best day ever, in my personal opinion, is to really just take in the moment, be present, and have fun.
Stop stressing. This is your freaking day, your day. Yours and your groom's, your bride's. Whatever else happens, that's the one thing I remember about my wedding, is that I was neurotic, I was told by a lot of people, and I was young and stupid. Because that day came, and things went wrong. Oh my God, I could write a book about all the things that went wrong, okay? But nothing stopped the fact that I was getting married. And no one notices those blunders. The only time they notice is when you react to them. So if you flip out because something came in the wrong color, the only way they'll know is if you tell them.
We hope this episode of Vendors helps you on your wedding planning. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe, and to share to make sure you and your fellow planning couples don't miss a single episode. If you enjoyed watching this video, be sure to check out our entire conversation in the podcast. You can find all of today's vendors and their contact information in the details below this video. And be sure to check out all of our episodes about these amazing wedding industry professionals. We'll see you next time on Vendors. Vendors is produced and edited by Night Owls Media. More information can be found at nightowlsmedia.com.